Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are absolutely cracking the code on the hardware blueprint of a modern IP security camera network. If you've ever stopped and wondered exactly how massive enterprise-grade monitoring systems manage a ridiculous amount of data without just collapsing under their own weight or turning into a complete nightmare of tangled wires, well, you are definitely in the right place. Let's just break down this blueprint. So, right out of the gate, how do 8 different cameras actually connect to one single screen? Think about the sheer logistical puzzle here. How do 8 separate high-definition cameras stream all that heavy data at the exact same time without dropping quality or causing total network chaos? And how does all that footage efficiently funnel right back to one screen sitting on a security desk? Okay, let's dive into this. What we're looking at here is the master layout of our entire command center. Now, instead of just seeing this as a bunch of random hardware tossed together, I want you to look at it as a highly specialized data pipeline. It's like a giant puzzle. We've got our data gatherers down at the bottom, our traffic directors sitting in the middle, our recording gateway, and then, finally, the output destination. Let's trace how they all talk to each other. Let's start way out at the edge of our network, the IP cameras. Notice those 8 identical nodes lining the bottom? They're labeled in Arabic as Kamrat IP. Now, in a modern setup, these aren't just dumb, passive lenses. They're literally edge computers. They are capturing, digitizing, and encoding the video right there locally before they ever even push a single byte of data onto the network. But to actually do their job, these edge devices need a steady power budget and a clear data pathway, right? That brings us to the PoE switch. You can think of this as the nervous system of our whole setup. By using power over Ethernet, or PoE, we completely eliminate the need to plug every single camera into a wall outlet. One single cable delivers the juice to power the camera while simultaneously acting as the data return path. It's incredibly efficient. Moving right up the chain, we hit the network video recorder, or NVR. This guy is absolutely the brain of the operation. It's essentially a purpose-built server that is specifically designed for continuous, high-throughput rate cycles. Basically, it ingests that constant, heavy stream of packets coming from the switch, handles any secondary compression, and meticulously archives all those memories for remote or local retrieval later on. All right, to see how this whole ecosystem comes together, let's trace the actual journey of the signal. Step 1, from the cameras to the switch. Step 2, from the switch up to the NVR. And finally, Step 3, from the NVR straight out to the monitor. Zooming in on that first step, each of the 8 cameras has a dedicated, direct home run back to the PoE ports on the switch. It's a super clean, one-to-one physical layout. And the magic is, the second that cable clicks in, the switch instantly negotiates the power draw, wakes the camera up, and bam, the data stream begins. Now, what's really interesting about this part is the cable management. I mean, anyone who has ever tried to wire up a massive 10,000 square foot building knows the sheer dread of the spaghetti monster, running completely separate electrical and data lines to every single endpoint. By centralizing all that power distribution right at the PoE switch, you literally cut your labor and your potential failure points in half. A real game changer. And check this out. Connecting this local switch to a standard wireless router is what actually bridges our little closed system to the outside world. This is the exact step that transforms a basic local recording loop into a dynamic, remotely accessible security net. It's what allows you to pull out your smartphone halfway across the globe and view your cameras securely in real time. Let's move up and see how this builds. Up to this point, the switch has gathered 8 distinct, very heavy data streams. But here's the catch. It doesn't store any of it. It just acts as the funnel. It aggregates all that crazy traffic to push it neatly upward, right into our recording unit. If you look closely, you'll spot a specific Arabic annotation right here, Madkhal Rabat Switch the NVR, which translates perfectly to Port Connecting Switch to NVR. Now, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill plug, it's a dedicated uplink port. It has to be specially configured to handle the massive aggregated bandwidth of all 8 cameras trying to funnel into the NVR at the exact same time. So the crucial point is how this creates a highly efficient bottleneck. 8 cables come in, but only one data superhighway goes out. The switch takes care of all the localized traffic collisions and the aggregation, meaning we only have to run one heavy-duty link straight to the NVR server. For the final leg of our journey, the NVR steps in as the ultimate translator. It takes all those raw, heavily compressed IP data packets, decodes them on the fly, and stitches them together into a beautifully synchronized multi-view grid. That grid is then pumped out via a standard video interface directly to the local security monitor.
And stepping back, this brilliantly illustrates how the whole shebang works. You've got edge processing happening right at the cameras, unified power and data aggregation cleanly handled at the switch, centralized high-throughput storage safely at the NVR, and seamless output both locally and remotely. It's just a perfectly harmonized data ecosystem. So, with the blueprint officially decoded, the real question is, are you ready to build your own network? You now see the underlying structural logic of an enterprise-grade setup. But the biggest takeaway here is that this exact same hierarchy, edge capture, centralized aggregation, and remote routing, is literally the foundation for almost every piece of smart infrastructure being built today, from automated factories to entire smart cities. So how will you apply this scalable logic to your next big project? Thanks so much for joining this explainer. Keep learning, and we will definitely see you next time.